المتحدة مع الأخ بهاء الدين اللي هو يمثل الجهة الاستشارية في خارج حكومة الاستشارات والتدريب، وبقية الإخوة أيضا العاملين. طبعا رحب أيضا بكم وبالأخ تقي الدين. حياك الله يا تقي الدين. Very important man to us. وأيضا قال أنه سيقدم لنا 3 عروض، عرض عن سوريا وعرض عن البرامج وعرض عن أيضا القضايا الاستشارية، وبعد هذا ممكن نتابع التفاصيل.
This is the first time I learned that what I say is being translated. So by the time I want to say the next one, I forgot what I said. But let me share with you a little bit about IDF and the history, because I understand that when the delegation comes here with a more comprehensive approach, where you want to look at various aspects of Islamic finance, education, community, as well as institutions. Maybe I can just share with you about IBF. IBF, Institute of Islamic Finance, has already been around officially since 1998, but unofficially we have been around since 1995, right? much earlier, because since then we've launched our first postgraduate diploma in banking finance. At that time we were targeting for executives who will be head of window of Islamic windows. So all the while, the way our faculty is designed is to address the industry needs, particularly industry needs. So it doesn't behave just like any other faculty. So our faculty, alhamdulillah, has already produced so many graduates locally and internationally for Islamic banks in particular, and of course they have also gone to Takaful and capital markets. Now with regard to our focus is very much on the masters and the PhD. So we only have postgraduate program. We don't have undergraduate program. Right? Unlike other faculties, they have undergraduate program. Our focus will be on postgraduate program. At the same time, we also have our executive programs that is run by ASAS. Now we were given a trust by the government to lead a project to bring the nation to another level as the Islamic financial hub, right? Where we lead a project called EPP7 that focus on curriculum for Islamic finance as well as talent for Islamic finance. So this is where we have our ICT. Later on, we will explain with the detail. Now our faculty team, which later on my colleague will share with you, our faculty team is a mixed faculty team. We have both that are purely from academic and those who are both in academic and industry. So you get the right inputs from them. But mostly our areas are very much in banking and finance as well as takaful and capital markets. Sharia scholars who are advising most of the banks in this country, about 70% of them, maybe 60%, all of them come from IIM. Alright, so you can see that it's a concentration risk. Alright? Yeah, okay, please.
يقول أن المعهد هذا أسس بطريقة غير رسمية كان قبل 90 ولكن أصبح يعني مركزا فاعلا في 98 ويركز أساسا بدأ بدبلوم مهني للممارسين في المصارف الإسلامية ومراكز التمويل، ولكن لاحقا ركز أيضا على الدراسات العليا وأيضا على تقديم الاستشارات والتدريب، لا سيما الجانب المهني والتنمية. والتركيز قال أيضا يركز على الميدان أكثر من قضية البعد الأكاديمي أكثر. يعني صحيح أن هناك بعد الأكاديمي كما يقول الدكتوراه، لكن التركيز أكثر على الممارسة في الميدان ولهذا قال أعضاء هيئة التدريس لديهم يتكونون من صنفين: أكاديميين وناس ممارسين جاءوا من الميدان أيضا. وأيضا الحكومة كلفتهم أن ينتقلوا بالصيرفة الإسلامية والتنمية الإسلامي إلى مستوى أعلى بحيث تبقى مرجعية ومركز يعني عالمي ماليزيا. فبدأوا يركزوا على تطوير المناهج وعلى تطوير أيضا الصيرفة الإسلامية، ولهذا فإن 60% من لجان الهيئات الاستشارية في الحكومة هي بما هي الصيرفة من هذه الجامعة حوالي 60 إلى 70%.
In terms of research and publication, I think Alhamdulillah we have been identified as among the leading. In fact, that's why we have got our ranking as number 1, and that is because of our research and publication. But at the same time, this research and publication is also reflective of our industry experience. So you can see quite a balance in terms of the academic as well as the industry.
يقول أيضا أنه بالنسبة للنشر العلمي فنحن الحمد لله من رقم 1 في العالم في النشر العلمي، وهذا يعكس الاهتمام الأكاديمي للمعهد. فقال نحن في نوع من التوازن بين الاهتمام الأكاديمي والاهتمام الميداني العملي أو المهني.
So I think for now, maybe I pause for a while. Maybe we could listen on your side and share with us a little bit about your university, followed by a more detailed presentation by my colleague.
إذا الآن نتحدث قليلا عن جامعتكم، ومن ثم نتحرك إلى موضوع العروض التي سيقومون بها.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد ولد آدم محمد النبي الأمي الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه الطيبين الطاهرين وبعد. شكرا جزيلا لكم لاستقبالكم الرائع. نحن سعداء بوجودنا بينكم، وأيضا نتقدم الشكر للبنك الإسلامي للتنمية هو الذي ساهم في تنسيق هذه الزيارة ومولها بالكامل من كل الشكر والتقدير. جامعة السيد محمد بن علي السنوسي الإسلامية هي ثاني أقدم جامعة ليبية. انقطعت في فترة القذافي ألغيت الجامعة وتوقفت عن العمل. في عام 2012 أعيد تفعيل الجامعة، وهي الآن نسميها النشأة الثانية. ستؤسس من جديد في كل جوانبها. نتطلع إلى أن تكون الجامعة مرموقة وتؤسس على معايير عالية من الجودة. رسالة الجامعة شبيهة برسالة جامعتكم الموقرة وبرسالة الأزهر ونظيراتها في العالم. فلذا نحن نتطلع إلى أن نستفيد من كل التجارب الملهمة، ولا سيما تجربة ماليزيا في كل المجالات ومجال الصيرفة الإسلامية بالذات. فنتواصل مع الجميع ونحاول أن نعقد شراكات مثمرة ومفيدة لكل الأطراف. نحن في هذه المرحلة نحتاج إلى خبرات الآخرين للإفادة منها، ثم بعد ذلك لعلنا نساهم ولو بشيء قليل في الحضارة الإنسانية والحضارة الإسلامية في كل بلدان العالم. وشكرا.
First, he extends his thanks to the Institute and all staff, headed by Professor Musa and others. And also he extends his thanks to the funder who organized the funding of the visit, because they are the one who sponsored their visit to come to learn from the experience of IIUM. And also he said that the University of Sanussi in Libya was the second university in Libya to be established in the last century. But unfortunately it was closed by Gaddafi at that time. Now we could consider this is the second phase of establishment for the university. So since we started, we are conceptualizing the mission of the university similar to yours and similar to Al-Azhar and other Muslim universities, and we hope that we can learn from the different experiences of the Muslim universities, so that in the future we hope that Allah will help us to contribute to the Muslim Ummah and humanity at large.
كذلك نحن سعيدون جدا بوجود زينب الليبية بيننا في المركز وانتمائها للمركز. ونشكركم ونشكر السيد عميد المركز، وكذلك نرحب بالدكتور عبد المجيد من الملحقية الثقافية في السفارة الليبية بماليزيا، ونحن يعني نبحث عن نقطة انطلاق لعلاقات مثمرة وطويلة الأمد.
We are looking, again he is thanking Professor Sayyid Musa again, and Zainab is the Libyan student, and also Dr. Abdul Majid from the Libyan embassy, who just arrived now, who is facilitating their visit as well. And he said we are looking forward for more fruitful and long-term partnership with your institute, inshallah, in the area of Islamic finance and banking.
سنعقد اتفاقية في أطر عامة بيننا وبين الجامعة، ثم يعني سنطرح على البنك الإسلامي للتنمية لديه يعني يحب أن يساهم في تأسيس وإنشاء هذه الجامعة. نتطلع إلى برامج تدريبية واسعة بكوادر الجامعة لتمكينهم في المستقبل من قيادة الجامعة على مستوى عالمي إن شاء الله. يعني تجربتكم ملهمة، ونحن سنحسب بأننا سنتعلم منكم كثيرا، وشكرا جزيلا.
He said that we are hoping that we are going to learn from your experience, and we hope also after we get a certain proposal and project based on our visit, we will submit them to the IDB. Hopefully they will sponsor our project and fund them in order to move forward to develop our university, inshallah. Thank you very much. Now, Prof, look for somebody else to sit next to you. Because you've got your own stuff.
I will say ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban, and we look forward that comes.
My role is to coordinate and bring people to you.
Ahlan wa sahlan. I hope that you will treat us as your family. Alright, and we look forward to always a bigger family so that we get to know each other better, inshallah, in the long run. Now, I would like to invite Latin Zaria to share with you a little bit about our faculty and also about our programs.
نتمنى أن نتعامل معكم كعائلة، والآن سندعو الدكتورة زاريا عشان تشارك معكم بعض البرامج. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Can you hear me without a microphone? Is it okay? Can you hear me without using microphone?
اسمعوا عبد الميكروفون. Voice very clear without mic. You are the real mic.
Thank you very much. Okay. What I'm going to share with you today is, first of all, welcome to our institute. I really appreciate your visit here. So I will just try my best to share what is the program that we offered to the student in the institute. All right.
أول حاجة ترحب بكم في المعهد، وسنقوم بمشاركة بعض البرامج.
This is the, I will not be covering all this because at this time there are a lot of presentation on this. I'll just go straight into the courses or the program that we offered to our postgraduate students, right? This is the institute. I think you saw this right in front of our office there. Alright, these are the vision, definitely to be the premier center of excellence for teaching, research, publication, and consultancy in Islamic banking and finance. And the mission definitely will be to create, enhance the Islamic banking and finance education, including research globally. That maybe this will add up into your visit here and we move into a great cooperation between your university and also our institute and IMF. This other award just made me very happy to share with you what the award that we have received for the university. Okay, this number one Islamic banking awards that we have received recently. First rank publication in internet for 11% of the world's total publication is by the university in Islamic banking and finance. Okay, and the next one, this is I think we received in 2016. The most outstanding Islamic banking education and research by the CLIF. We also have the CLIF, which is an international provider of conferences that we on yearly basis. This is another one that the latest we have that we awarded to the university is the best Islamic finance university that we have won 2007.
هناك 3 جوائز تم استلامها خلال هذه السنة. الجائزة هذه مؤخرا تم استلام الجائزة كأفضل معهد في السنة الإسلامية.
Right, we have 2 programs being offered, postgraduate program. One is Doctorate in Philosophy, Islamic Banking and Finance. The other one is Master of Science, Islamic Banking and Finance. Okay, we skip this because this is the objective of the program. Okay, entry requirement. What I want to share with you is about the detail about the program. Overall, the study period, there are 2 types of students. They are full-time and also part-time students. Part-timers and full-time students here. Okay, if they are the full-timers, they can complete this within 3 academic years. And some very fast, they will just complete it, including research, about 3 semesters. Okay, and some will definitely go into 2 semesters, they will complete it. Part-time student is a bit challenge to them because they are working people. So they normally take lesser subject or lesser courses during each of the semester. Okay, so these are our mode of program for master. So in a master program, we have 2 options for the student. First option is that they could go for 10 courses which comprise of 7 core courses and 3 elective courses plus a 12 dissertation. That means 12 credit hour dissertation. And another option is that they could go for another 12 courses, which is 7 core and 5 elective plus a 6 credit hour research paper. So there are 2 options. So we leave it to the student, which is they are going for future. So most here is going for a career as a lecturer. Definitely they go for a dissertation research paper. Okay, they want to move into a further taking up a PhD program after their master.
نقوم بتوفير مرحلتي الماجستير والدكتوراه في المعهد. بالنسبة لطلبة الماجستير لديهم خيارين. الخيار الأول أنهم يأخذوا مواد 10 مواد مع طروحة 12 مادة، والخيار الثاني 12 مادة مع ورقة بحث. مجموع الساعات 6 ساعات لورقة البحث.
And these are our courses. We have 7 core courses irrespective of each other option. These are we cover about Islamic financial system, okay, Islamic economics, and we have transaction Islamic banking finance related to Sharia. Okay, and then financial management analysis is more related to business part of Islamic banking finance, Islamic banking product and operation. Okay, these are arising after you have learned everything, then you need to create the product for the industry. And the next one, Islamic capital market, is another important portfolio that we get a core subject. And last but not least, in the core subject is research methodology. Since the students are required to do research, so we also give them a course how to do research, what are the procedures and all those things to create what is typical research objective, research questions. So we guide the students going for this.
هذه المواد ال6 الأساسية الإلزامية للطلبة. 6 مواد: Islamic financial system، النظام الإسلامي المالي، Islamic economics، الاقتصاد الإسلامي، transaction Islamic banking and finance، المعاملات في الصيغة الإسلامية. Financial Management Analysis اللي هي تحليل النظام الإسلامي، الإدارة الإسلامية. Islamic Banking Products and Services، المواد أو المنتجات الإسلامية. Islamic Capital Market، السوق الأوراق المالية الإسلامي. Research Methodology، منهجية البحث.
These are, we call it elective courses, over and above the core courses. We have here 8 that we offer to the students, so up to them to choose either 3 or 5 of it out of these 8. Risk management, I think, really important. If you do Islamic banking finance or banking finance without knowing risk, I think it's not meeting the whole of the objective. So takaful really important. Principle Islamic jurisprudence, this is Islamic jurisprudence. Ethics and governance in Islamic financial institution. Accounting, and the other one, legal issues and framework. What are the framework we have? For example, in Malaysia, there's several frameworks and they're related to legal issues. So you will highlight about the framework and the issues that been, if I'm not mistaken, that faces by the industry players of Islamic banks, right? And you have Islamic wealth management as well, right? And last but not least here, fintech. Fintech, I think, is the most talked about in this. So we also incorporated here about financial technology on Islamic finance.
هذه المواد الثمانية اختيارية، يستطيع الطالب اختيار خمسة مواد منها. Risk Management in Islamic Financial Institutions، إدارة المخاطرة في الأسواق الإسلامية. تكافل أنواع تكافل. التأمين الإسلامي، Principles of Islamic Jurisprudence، أصول الفقه، مادة لها علاقة بأصول الفقه والجانب الشرعي. Ethics and Governance of Islamic Financial Institutions، حوكمة وإدارة الأسواق الإسلامية. Accounting for Islamic Financial Institutions، محاسبة المصارف الإسلامية. Legal Issues and Framework Islamic Banking and Finance، القضايا القانونية المتعلقة بالصيغة الإسلامية. Islamic Wealth Management، إدارة الأموال الإسلامية. وفنتاك وإسلامك فاينانس تكنولوجي. هذه مادة جديدة تم تقديمها في الفصل الماضي، وهي لها علاقة بالتكنولوجيا والفاينانس، يعني عن الكراود فاندنج والأشياء القضايا الجديدة المعاصرة.
We also have courses that for those people, those students, they are not in the line of banking and finance. For example, some of our postgraduate students come from ICT, technology with an IT, with a background of engineering, and fully Sharia. So we provide them with these prerequisite courses before they go and move into core courses and elective courses. For example, like money banking, you should know that principal accounting, business mathematics, and also principal accounting and finance, and also the last but not least, Islamic commercial law. Islamic commercial law, normally for those students who comes from a Sharia background, would not have to take Islamic commercial law. Okay, these are the prerequisites.
هذه 5 مواد للطلبة اللي تخصصهم مش سيرة الإسلامية والاقتصاد، ممكن ياخذوا 5 مواد هذه. Money and Banking، النقود وإدارة النقود والمصارف. Principles of Economics، مبادئ الاقتصاد. Business Mathematics and Statistics، اللي هي لها علاقة بالرياضيات والإحصاء. Principles of Accounting and Finance، مبادئ المحاسبة والمالية. Islamic Commercial Law، القانون الإسلامي التجاري.
The next one portion is about research. So there are 2 types of research. Some students opt for 6 credit hour research, and the other one is a 12 credit hour research. We call it dissertation. Okay, some of the research area, more than this is some of the example that the research area you go on, like Islamic commercial law, investment banking, regulatory and governance, capital market, social finance. There are a lot here. What we need here is that the topic of the research should be in relation or related to the Islamic banking and finance.
خيارين للطالب، إما أن يختار ورقة بحثية بسيطة تتكون من 6 ساعات، أو طروحة تتكون من 12 ساعة. عدد الكلمات 50,000 كلمة، لا يتجاوز 50,000 كلمة. والموضوع البحث يمكن أن يكون أي موضوع له علاقة بالإسلامك بانكينج فاينانس.
This is just a summary of it on the master program. So we have Sharia principle in our master program, which is principle, jurisprudence, and transaction. We have economics paper courses, Islamic economy, Islamic financial system, accounting, and financial management analysis. We have law and governance in the program, ethics and governance, law, legal framework and issues. And number 4 is the application of the Islamic banking finance product and services. After learning all about Islamic banking finance, definitely we need to produce a product, for that, for the industry. So the product, Islamic banking products, Islamic capital market, takaful is also products, and Islamic wealth management. So it's covered overall about the institution. Risk management is definitely important, as I told you earlier, and financial technology, and last but not least, research methodology. This is just a summary, a conclusion about what is the master program in this institute offered, what are the coverage that we offer for the student.
هذا موجز لبرنامج الماجستير بالجامعة إنه يغطي هذه المواضيع الأساسية السبعة الرئيسية: الشريعة principles اللي هي المبادئ الشرعية، economics الاقتصاد، law and governance الحوكمة والقانون، application Islamic banking and finance products and services، تطبيق المنتجات الإسلامية المالية، risk management of Islamic financial institution، إدارة المخاطرة، financial technology، حاجة جديدة تو في المعهد، وريسيرش methodology منهجية البحث.
These are the 2 programs now currently under development. One we have to offer for the industry players. There are so many industry players there. So we offer also a program that is about to come now. The industry players in Islamic finance, we call it a modular program, whereby this program will be delivered in 2 types of delivery mode. One, half of it will be face-to-face. The other 50% of it will be via online. Okay, so these people, the working people, will only have face-to-face once a week with the lecturers face-to-face, and the other balance of it will be, they just go through online. So they will study on their own. I think this will be, inshallah, if there is no problem on what we are developing now, it's been endorsed by the Senate and University, we're going to offer it early next year. There's also another one, option 2, where the student could also go for a specialization courses. That is sometimes, even the industry players or the students that would like to specialize in certain courses or portfolios. For example, they want to go to universal banking. It's very interesting, universal banking. Capital market, they want just for specialized capital market. Takaful and also social finance. This is ongoing. So alhamdulillah, after the introduction in early of next year for the option 1 modular program, we're trying to introduce option 2 on specialization courses for the master program. Okay, just to share with you what is the development.
يوجد برنامجين أيضا تطوير. البرنامج الأول طبعا لطلبة الماجستير فقط، حيكون 50% وجها لوجه و50% إلكتروني، يعني من خلال الإنترنت. حيكون للناس المتخصصين في الإسلاميك بانكينج فاينانس، وحيكون عدد الساعات 36 ساعة، نظام مواد، و6 ساعات حيكون بحث. بالنسبة لمدة الدراسة حتكون من سنة إلى 3 من سنة مع 3 شهور. البرنامج الثاني حتى هو متخصص في الإسلاميك بانكينج فاينانس، حيكون في سوق الأوراق المالية والتكافل، الإسلاميك سوشيال فاينانس اللي هي المالية الاجتماعية. Industry players and full-time student حيكون للناس اللي هي متخصصة في المتدرسين في المالية الإسلامية، وحيكون نظام دوام كامل 36 ساعة مواد و6 ساعات حيكون البحث. مدة الدراسة حتكون من 1.5 سنة إلى 2 سنين.
This is about PhD, just to share the reports on PhD. Objective will be similar to the master program. This is entry requirement. And duration, definitely PhD will take longer. Okay, from 6, maybe some 3 years will be the fastest normal. You can go even 8 years. Okay, so PhD program is a very different. And Zainab was one of our PhD students here. Alright, only one option for PhD program. You have to do your research. Okay, and that was fully research. But we also introduced the PhD student with some of the courses for them to move forward, they need to know about contemporary issues in Islamic banking and finance. So we share with them during the first semester. And also, we also put about research methodology, like qualitative method, and also quantitative method. That is the first method. We help them to understand the overall environment of Islamic banking. So this is what it is.
بالنسبة لنظام الدكتوراه يوجد خيار واحد أن الطالب بياخذ السمستر الأول 4 مواد، يختار 3 والرابعة ممكن اختيارية. حيكون الحد الأقصى للدراسة من 2 إلى 3 سنوات، الحد الأقصى 6 سنوات للناس اللي دوام كامل.
Research area, I think quite similar to the research area for our master program. And more than this is just an example to share with you. And it's graduation. Oh yes, I have finished.
مواضيع البحث مشابهة مع الماجستير، حتكون في جامعة السيرة الإسلامية المالية.
Thank you very much for listening to me.
شكرا جزيلا.
Any questions? I'm not sure whether there is any question or what.
عندكم أي سؤال؟
يعني باختصار عندهم الآن يعني برنامجي الماجستير والدكتوراه، لكن الماجستير أصبح العام القادم سيكون في تخصصات فرعية، يعني هذا أسواق مالية، التأمين كذا. الماجستير يعني أغلب المواد مشتركة، لكن يتخصص بالأخير ببعض التخصصات الفرعية. هذا تطوير جديد.
لاحظنا أنا وعلاقة بالفقه موضوع تحدث عن الأصول، لكن
في كلمات المعاملات في مقرر يعني مجال البحوث تبعهم المعاملات بشكل عام، البنكية المتفقة مع الفقه. أما أصول الفقه التي درسوها فهي قضية منهجية الوصول إلى الأحكام الشرعية المتصلة بالمعاملات في ضوء المصالح. هو يدرسوه يعني أصول الفقه هي عبارة عن مناهج بحث العلوم الشرعية.
لا نقصد فقط ذاتين، أراء الاجتهادات المختلفة على علاقة بالمناهج مختلفة والمدارس مختلفة. يعني ما لاحظتش فيه شيء من البرنامج التعليمي حول ذلك، على الأقل في شيء
مذهب معين قصدك؟
أسلوب المدارس الفقهية متنوعة متعددة، وما تجده مباحا قد يكون غير مباح على أصول مذهب آخر. له علاقة بالمقارنة وكذا، ولذا هناك شيء ما في البرنامج
المعاملات. Do you have that?
Comparative between
different مذهب in fact.
for school. Yeah, we have some conception as an introduction. Jurisprudence also cover. They will be covered, I think, in jurisprudence and also Islamic commercial law, and also another one I think in transactions.
Banking transaction and product.
They will cover that first as per their introduction.
بدي ما فيه مشي السؤال، يقول انه يقدموا العديد من القضايا الفقهيه المتعلقه بالمعاملات. But they are thinking, are you touching upon the different school of thoughts in fact regarding the معاملات? Either like Shafi'i, Hanbali.
Not actually.
No.
الأساسية في وجهة نظرنا أنها مادة مهمة إطار الفقه المقارن في القضايا، يعني دارس لابد أن يطلع عليه.
But they do share different opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Different mazhabs.
Yes.
حتى ليه ماجستير البداية كبداية فقط. بالنسبة للمواد الآن مشابهة للمواد اللي عندنا، هنا 7 مواد غالبا 8 مواد عندنا. قد تكون في مادة أخرى اختيارية وليست إجبارية، 6 إجبارية نفس قبلته، والسابعة والثامنة اختيارية. في بحث بعد يكون المواد يطلع على مرحلة البحث نفسه عندنا. فيا ريت ناخذ نحن البرامج التعليمية المناهج
في إطار التعاون. في إطار التعاون. They have their own master program regarding Islamic finance. He said there is a lot of similarity between with what you offer, what we offer. We have to coordinate and try to change experiences. I said, well, that will come in the
تصل مع الاستجابة.
برامج تدريبية تنشأ في المبادئ.
هذا سياسي
مدربين من الجهات
هذا في موضوع الاخ سيقوم يشرح لنا. هذا في ماجستير دكتوراه.
PhD program. The difference is that they will give longer period for the part-time student. Yes. Similarly to the master program, for example, 2 years with our system is normal. So if they need to increase it and to extend their study period to 2.5 years, that will need a case-to-case consideration. Okay, but for part-time student in master program, it can go into 5 years. Similarly for PhD program, okay, for full-time student here, maximum duration is 6 academic years. But if it is a part-time student, it can be extended until 8 academic years. That's the difference. But all what you study and all that will be similar, definitely if you know that first. It's only about extension of the study period. Maximum duration is yes. Do you get that?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Second presenter.
International Council for Islamic Finance and Education. See, the ladies are ruling.
Malaysia. Malaysia.
Turkey.
Yes. In Libya, say.
The listener are male.
Well, this is
21st century after Zaman.
السلام عليكم. أهلا وسهلا في ماليزيا. My name is Kamala Baina. I am a project executive at the International Council of Islamic Finance Educators, and today I'm going to brief you what we do, who we are, what we do, and how we can collaborate. How we can collaborate to enhance Islamic finance education. Well, as the name suggests, we are talking about the education, Islamic finance education. And ICP was established in 2014 by the Ministry of Higher Education of Malaysia to provide with the aim to further improving the quality of the education in the area of the Islamic finance.
مرحبا، كامولا من الإسياف، مديرة البرامج التدريبية بالإسياف. تريد أن تعطيكم موجز عن منظمة الإسياف وهل يوجد هناك أي إمكانية للتعاون معهم إن شاء الله. تم تأسيس الإسياف في سنة 2014 لتعزيز التعليم في مجال الصيغة الإسلامية.
Okay. Mission of ICP is to design and develop world-class curriculum for Islamic finance education by continuously reviewing and updating the Islamic finance curriculum. Our vision is to be a premier global organization for providing leadership in quality assurance, and also we provide training for trainers, which is one of our major facilities. So our objective is to maintain the level of competence and professionalism of education in the field of Islamic finance. So to meet this objective, what we do, we focus on the curriculum development and organization of the module content. We conduct workshops on ICP modules, which I will introduce later. We have 6 ICP domains. We provide accreditation of trainers, which is different from the accreditation of the course. And we also compile and maintain databases of courses and talent pool. We organize conferences and seminars and workshops internationally, and we also do research and publications.
ICF يقوم بتقديم الخدمات التدريبية للمدربين TOT trainers of the training، ويقوم أيضا بتقديم الورش العمل وتنسيق المؤتمرات، كما بيقوم بتوفير البحث والنشر في مجال السنة الإسلامية.
I want to show you the recent activity we have done during last month in Turkey. We have a workshop on education in Islamic finance between Turkish universities and Malaysian universities. In Turkey, we have an organization called ICAM, which is International Research Center for Islamic Economics. Their objective is quite same like in ICP here. I just want to ask before we continue, do you have such organization in Libya?
يوجد منظمة كإسيف في ليبيا؟
They have only a program, undergraduate and postgraduate program in Islamic finance, but not
ICP is not institution providing education. In fact, we have all universities under us. All universities are members of ICP. Okay, it may be next step for Libya, inshallah. So what we have done during this conference, during this workshop, we have 10 representatives from 10 universities, Turkish universities, and representatives from Malaysia.
قامت الأخت كامولة مع زملائها في الشهر الماضي بتنفيذ ورشة عمل في تركيا للتعليم في مجال السياسة الإسلامية.
Like today, Dr. Zaria presented their curriculum. All universities presented their respective curriculums. What they teach, what courses they offer. And in Turkey, the new thing, I think similar to Libya, they're going to introduce, they already introduced courses in Islamic finance, undergraduate level in English, which is novelty.
وتقول الدكتور كامولة أنه من خلال اللقاء الذي تم عقده الشهر الماضي أن كل الجامعات التركية قامت بعرض المواد وإمكانية التعاون مع الإسياف، كما قاموا بتصميم برامج للبكالوريوس في مجال السياسة الإسلامية.
In English.
باللغة الإنجليزية.
Because it was introduced in Turkish, I guess 3-4 years ago, but now first time in English. So the major problem which professors addressed was the lack of resources, books, and also lack of talent. The major problem for Turkey was the lack of people who can teach Islamic finance in all 6 domains.
تقول الدكتورة كامولة أن التحدي الرئيسي الذي واجههم في تقديم السياسة الإسلامية هو النقص في الخبرات البشرية والنقص في الكتب التعليمية.
And inshallah, ICP will collaborate with them. We will provide trainings. We will have exchange programs. So next, this is ICP 5th International Symposium on Islamic Economics and Finance Education. It was a global program last year in Kuala Lumpur, co-organized by ICP conference. Here also we have professor like very prominent names like Prof. Kabir Hassan from US, Prof. Arif from Turkey, where we discussed the problems in Islamic finance. And again, one of the biggest problems was lack of talent, and second, resources, books which we use to teach Islamic finance.
تقول كامولة أن المؤتمر العالمي الذي تم عقده في شهر أكتوبر 13 أكتوبر 2016 تم مناقشة أهم التحديات التي تواجه تركيا والمجال السياسة الإسلامية، ومن أهم هذه التحديات هو نقص الخبرات البشرية ونقص المصادر التعليمية.
As I mentioned previously, we divided Islamic finance education into 6 domains, which you see, which is Islamic economics, Sharia and law, Islamic banking and finance, Islamic accounting and auditing, Islamic management and marketing, and quantitative methods. One thing I want to say, we did a survey in Malaysia in 2016 on Islamic finance education. And the research shows that the majority, almost 60% of lecturers in Malaysia coming from Sharia law, which was addressed as a problem because we don't have people enough who can teach like Islamic accounting and auditing and Islamic management and marketing. Almost all talents concentrated in in 2 and 3, Sharia and law, Islamic banking and finance, Islamic capital market, and takaful also coming under the Islamic banking and finance.
تقول الدكتورة كامولة أن مؤخرا تم عمل إحصائية ووجدوا أن أغلبية المؤهلات البشرية الموجودة متخصصة في مجال الشريعة والقانون ومجال السياسة الإسلامية، بينما باقي التخصصات لا يوجد متخصصين مثل المحاسبة الإسلامية والإدارة الإسلامية والتسويق والمبادئ الاقتصاد الإسلامي.
And therefore it was suggested to increase courses like master degree specialized in Islamic accounting and auditing, because sometimes we have, like in Turkey currently what they have master of Islamic finance, but it's very general. So it was suggested to go more specific. For example, now in Malaysia, USIM, University of Science of Islam Malaysia, they have very numbers of master programs, even in halal products, master in Sharia, in Mohamad. So here we suggested to increase programs offered in Islamic management and marketing and also Islamic accounting and auditing.
فتقول أنهم يقترحوا أن يكون توفير برامج ماجستير متخصصة في مجال الإدارة الإسلامية والتسويق وفي مجال مبادئ الاقتصاد الإسلامي.
Another program we have conducted recently in Turkey with Karatay University in Konya, in Turkey. They are Karatay University is our institutional member, so we pay visit to them, to their university, and we study their curriculum and outline each course year by year, all 8 semesters, and we have provided them insights and suggestions how to improve the program, because in Canada it is 2nd year when the Islamic finance undergraduate level was introduced in English language.
تقول كامولة أن مؤسسة الإسياف قامت بزيارة الجامعة التركية كتراي وقاموا بدراسة المناهج التعليمية لديهم واقترحوا بعض النصائح لتحسين البرامج التي يتم توفيرها الآن.
Okay, now I want to share about our membership. As July 2017, we have 660 members from more than 30 countries. And when it comes to category of membership, we have 2 categories. One is institutional member, second is individual member. Institutional members are universities, colleges, business schools, and training centers providing Islamic finance education. And individual members, we have 4 subcategories. We have full members, associate members, student members, which is new category for students only, and honorary member. So full member is a person or people, academicians, who teach Islamic finance directly. Associate members are lecturers who are not directly involved in Islamic finance, but maybe in conventional economics, conventional finance, but have interest. Then we have student members who study Islamic finance, might be postgraduate or undergraduate level, and we have honorary members. We have very few names, which are very high, mostly decision makers or central bankers.
تقوم مؤسسة الإسياف بتوفير عضويتين، عضوية للمؤسسات وعضوية للأفراد. العضوية للمؤسسات تشمل الجامعات والكليات والمدارس في مجال الإدارة. بالنسبة للعضوية للأفراد وهي تشمل الأكاديميين والطلبة والناس المتخصصين في الإسلامية المالية، كما أنها تضم بعض الشخصيات المهمة في مجال الإسلامية المالية.
And I want to show you the list of our institutional members. We have 5 from Malaysia, institutional members, but I have to mention that almost all public universities providing Islamic finance are under ICP. ICP is umbrella body. It's not only for UI, it's It's umbrella body for all public universities providing Islamic finance education.
تقول بأنه يوجد تحت الإسياف العديد من المؤسسات في ماليزيا، هذه 5 مؤسسات، وتقول أن الإسياف تعمل كمظلة للمؤسسات التعليمية وتشمل معظم المؤسسات التعليمية في مجال الصيانة الإسلامية.
When it comes to international members, we have 16 members up to date. Just to name a few: Islamic University in Uganda, the Nottingham University, Islamic Online University in India, Islamic Commerce University in Turkey, Kato Karatai University in Turkey, Access Training Institute in Dubai, Amana Institute of Islamic Finance and Economics in Germany, and universities from Indonesia and Philippines. In Indonesia and Philippines, we have country chapter. We have representatives of ICP in Indonesia and also in Philippines.
هذه قائمة بالجامعات العالمية المشاركة أو كعضوة في مركز الإسياف، تشمل بعض الجامعات من أوغندا والهند وتركيا ودبي وألمانيا وبروناي وإندونيسيا.
We have also our strategic partners. Up to date, our strategic partners is FAA, Finance Accreditation Agency, maybe you already know the name, and Research Center for Islamic Economics, ICAM from Turkey. So how we collaborate with FAA? Once institution, university is our member, we review their curriculum. After our approval, next step, you can apply for the accreditation by FAA. FAA accredit courses.
يوجد شريكين استراتيجيين لمنظمة الإسياف. الأول Finance Accreditation Agency يقوم بالتعامل معهم الاعتماد المقررات، فيكون التعاون في هذا المجال.
يعني تطوير البرامج والمناهج والاعتماد.
Also, ICP is going to be HRDF certified training provider. HRDF stands for Human Resource Development Fund in Malaysia. So all our trainings will be HRDF claimable. And other than that, I want to introduce some of our publications. This is our modules we have published up to date. We have 12 modules. This is phase 1 module. We have Introduction to Islamic Financial Accounting and Reporting. We have Introduction to Financial Mathematics, Fundamentals of Islamic Economics, Operations Management from Islamic Perspective, Fiqh Muamalat and its application to Islamic banking and finance. And modules we published in 2016 are Fundamentals of Marketing from an Islamic Perspective, Strategic Management from an Islamic Perspective, Total Quality Management for Islamic Financial Institutions, Accounting for Islamic Financial Transactions, Auditing and Governance for Islamic Financial Institutions, Islamic Banking Operations, and Islamic Capital Markets. Actually, every module is a material for training. We provide our trainings based on these modules.
تقول الدكتورة كمولة أنه تم نشر 6 كتب أو 7 كتب عن طريق مؤسسة الإسياف، وتقول أن هذه الكتب يمكن استخدامها كمرجع للتدريب لاحقا.
And we have 2 books published up to date. One is the Islamic Currency and Islamic Leadership Today. By the way, I'm going to give you as a gift all our publications. You can look at them and see how they can benefit you. Inshallah.
هذه الكتب التي تم نشرها مؤخرا Islamic Currency العملة المالية الإسلامية وإسلامك ليدرشيب القيادة الإسلامية، وتقول أنها ستقوم بتقديم هديتين لكم.
Okay, this is our publication. As I mentioned previously, we have also my third report for 2015 and 2016. One copy again will be given. MIFER stands for Malaysian Islamic Finance Education Report. This report looks at all institutions, public or private institutions providing Islamic finance in Malaysia. We are planning as a next step to do the global report. In fact, we are working with IRTI. Now we have with Prof. Aslam and Dr. Said Musa himself, we have that program to come up with a global report. So inshallah, I really reached for Libya to come up to stage where you will have your own report in Islamic finance education?
أقول أنهم يقوموا بتقديم التقارير بصفة دورية، وأنهم في سنة 2015 و 2016 قاموا بتقديم هذه التقارير، وأنهم يتمنون إن شاء الله في المستقبل أن ليبيا تكون قادرة على تقديم مثل هذه التقارير إن شاء الله.
Well, this is our secretariat address. Our office is here. We are located inside of IRUM. And today I want to invite you to become our institutional members. So, and we will look how we can collaborate, how we can help each other to grow Islamic finance education globally.
هذا العنوان من المكتب، وهذه هي الأرقام التليفونات والإيميلات، وتقول أنها تتمنى أن تصبحون أعضاء في مؤسسة ECF.
And thank you very much for your attention. And ahlan wa sahlan one more time. I hope you will enjoy your time in Malaysia. Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much for your attention. Can I give our gifts a minute? Prof, can I invite you to give our token of appreciation?
هذا المجلس يضم أعضاء بالعالم ويهتم بتطوير المناهج والبرامج المتعلقة بالاقتصاد الإسلامي والتمويل والصيرفة الإسلامية، وأيضا يقدم برامج تدريبية. He's saying that he will communicate with you, inshallah, so that you can have more fruitful cooperation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning. Finally, a male presenter after Dr. Sanussi. Okay. First of all, alhamdulillah, I'd like to welcome Ahlan wa Sahlan to IUM again on my behalf. My name is Bahauddin bin Sheikh Alauddin. I'm currently the general manager as well as the project consultant for this company known IUM Sharia Advisory Services Sdn Bhd. And I'd like to also thank Professor Dawood for involving us into presenting our services and what we can do to our delegates from the Mohamad Ali Sanussi University. Okay. First of all, let me inform or share with you that in Malaysia currently the policy is that the university must have its own business initiative. So now we are talking about business. You see, we have been talking about academic, right? Academic program and whatnot. But it is already an agenda in Malaysian universities to generate their own income up to 30% of the total expenditure. For example, this university is like $1 billion expenditure. We got to generate from our company and few other companies. We have 12 subsidiaries and few other initiatives under the universities. All in may have to come up with around 300 million.
سيد بهاء-الدين هو المدير العام لشركة الخدمات الاستشارية بالجامعة الإسلامية العالمية ومستشار المشاريع أيضا. مؤسسة الECF هي مؤسسة تابعة للإسلامية العالمية وتقوم بتقديم بعض الخدمات التدريبية. إن شاء الله نرى لاحقا، كما أنها مسؤولة عن تنفيذ الدخل بمقدار 30%.
So just to share with you, I know where I think nobody have informed this, maybe I just like to share, okay, that the Sanussi was established in 1983, okay, and currently we have 4,100 staff and 120 students who are coming from 125 countries, which is almost 20,000, alright. So this is not only translated into academics, okay, but this is for us is also a business opportunity. Looking at these numbers, okay. So our company, the one holding our company, is known as I Am Holding Sdn Bhd. Okay, this is fully owned company by the university, and under this company we have close to 12 subsidiaries, mainly involving in academics, business consultancy, and a few other services. Now, before I go further, I just would like to share that I have involved in few projects, we call it development projects, previously under the Faculty of Law. This maybe will be interest of you because we have done projects which are funded by other agencies. For example, we have conducted trainings for judges from the Sudan, okay, which was funded by United Nations Development Program. We also have run projects on work and eradication of poverty, funded by the UN Habitat. So I'd like to say that we are, alhamdulillah, connected with these organizations and entities, okay, where they are always willing to support, as long as we have a clear intention, we have a clear program and the learning outcome or the outcome of these projects. So once we have this, we are very much willing to involve and do everything that we can to support, in this case, your university. Okay?
إيساس تقوم بتوفير بعض الخدمات وتطوير بعض البرامج، كما قامت بتقديم برامج تدريبية للقضاة من السودان التي كانت ممولة بالكامل من الأمم المتحدة. كما قمنا بعدة برامج تدريبية لمصارف وبنوك ومؤسسات.
One of our key services is actually to work closer with our consultants from the university, which are mainly coming from the various faculties. Okay? Our core services is actually in the industry of Islamic banking and finance currently, okay? And also in the halal industry. Okay? We have recently added the halal industry as one of our sector for us to service, looking at a very huge potential. For halal industry, we cover various sectors. As you know, the food is one of the biggest. Now we have even fashion, we have the technology, hospitality, hotel, and also transportation, and many other areas. Okay? So for that, we source our consultants from the university mainly, and we do consult, or we do have consultants from the industry players. And not forgetting, our consultants are not only from Malaysia, they are also from other parts of the world. Say for example, we are doing a project in Libya. We can also source consultants or experts in Libya to service all the whatever projects that we can do. So that will be helpful for us to understand your local requirements.
نقوم بتوفير الخدمات الاستشارية الشرعية لماليزيا وللدول المختلفة أنحاء العالم. كما قمنا مؤخرا بالتركيز على مجال حلال اندستري، كما تكون هناك العديد من الفرص للاستثمار في هذا المجال.
These are the areas of expertise I think already mentioned by my colleagues. I will just run through. It's quite the same. Okay? But for the halal, you see, Malaysia is one of the leading certification body. We have the leading certification body. We call it the JAKIM, or the Religious Authority of Malaysia. They issue the halal certificate. So now we do halal certificate by country. Korea, we recently had with Korea. We have halal certificate with China. So we have a lot of collaborations going on, and I will share the institutes related to halal as well shortly. Okay? And we also have on the halal body. Now, these are our core services. As I said, we involve heavily on advisory, consultancy services in Islamic banking finance and halal. We do coaching, TOT, train of trainers. We organize clinics and we organize in-house training programs. For example, now we do in-house training programs for the banks in Malaysia. Okay, the program is owned by the Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance. We manage a project and we run for the banks.
نقوم بتوفير الخدمات الاستشارية الشرعية، كما نقوم بتوفير برامج تدريبية للمدربين في ماليزيا والبنوك والمصارف من خارج ماليزيا كأيضا.
The institutes that support our services in terms of giving certification or giving their expertise are actually Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, this institute, the International Institute of Halal Research and Training in HAD, and also the Kuliah of Language Management. You might be wondering why language, okay? But this faculty of Kuliah is also managing programs on Islamic tourism or Muslim-friendly tourism. Okay?
نقوم بمنح الشهادات من معهد السياسة الإسلامية في ماليزيا ومعهد الحلال للتدريب، كما نقوم بمنحها من كلية اللغات.
I think I will say in the interest of time, I'll just share some of the projects that we have run recently.
نظرا لضيق الوقت سيقوم بتقديم مشاركة بعض البرامج التي قامت بها مؤسسة الإحساس.
This is a program recently that we conducted for a bank from Yemen. Okay, and this is the first project we have completed in collaboration with the Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance in Arabic. Most of the programs is actually run in other languages, English, okay, a local language, Malaysian, Bahasa Melayu. But this is the first project. We had a client. Thank you to Professor Dawood for introducing this institute as well as us. We have conducted this project just after the Eid al-Fitr. From 3rd July up to 13th July. It was almost 2 weeks that we have engaged with this group of high officials from the Tarhamon International Islamic Banks. The head of departments from the banks came to Malaysia from 3rd to 13th July.
هذا البرنامج الذي قمنا به مؤخرا من 3/7 إلى 13/7 هو برنامج تدريبي لبنك التضامن باليمن. قمنا بتقديم 3 أيام تدريبية وباقي الأيام زيارات للبنوك والمؤسسات المتخصصة في الصيغة الإسلامية.
So during this program, they had a 3 days training in the institute. Okay, 3 days program in the institute covering various aspects. So usually for us to complement the client will tell us what are the areas of interest that you want, what are the trainings that you want, what are the things that you like to have from Malaysia back to your home country. Even if you want to establish an institute like this, inshallah we can work, but we need your specification. You can always put your request to us and we will fulfill the requirement. In this case, the bank have indicated those areas as their interest areas, the training areas.
قمنا بتوفير البرنامج التدريبي لبنك التضامن بناء على طلب خاص منهم في هذه المجالات، في مجال الحوكمة الشريعة الإسلامية ومجال مراجعة الشريعة والتدقيق الشرعي. كما قمنا بتوفير برنامج للمسؤوليات والواجبات لهيئة الرقابة الشرعية. كما قمنا بتوفير برنامج تدريبي عن إدارة المخاطرة. تم تقسيم هذه المواد لمدة 3 أيام.
So these are just to share with you the photograph, okay, where you see these are the classes or the courses that we have conducted in IBF, conducted by the trainers from IBF. We also have trainers from other universities. Okay, the program was conducted in Arabic, as I mentioned earlier.
البرنامج تم تنفيذه باللغة العربية. المدربين كانوا من ماليزيا، كما كانوا جميعهم من ماليزيا، مثل الدكتور أزنان حسن والدكتور يونس الصوالحي وآخرين.
And after the training, we have brought them to visits to institutions. For example, the Bank Islam of Malaysia, the first Islamic bank in Malaysia. This is in Bank Islam. This is the second Islamic bank in Malaysia, Bank Mohamad, a full-fledged bank. Okay, we have two categories. We have full-fledged Islamic banks. We also have subsidiaries of a conventional bank. Okay. We also went to the Central Bank of Malaysia. We bring them to meet the Islamic Banking and Takaful Department.
قام السيد بهاء الدين بتنظيم زيارات للوفد مصرف إسلام في ماليزيا، أول مصرف إسلامي كما إن شاء الله في ماليزيا، كما كانت الزيارة الثانية لمصرف المعاملات، ثاني بنك إسلامي في ماليزيا والمصرف المركزي الماليزي.
And this is with the association. For the Islamic banks in Malaysia, we have an association. We also brought them to meet the association. This is ISRA, International Sharia Research Academy for Islamic Finance. This is under the Central Bank of Malaysia as well.
كما قمنا بزيارة إسرا، وهي مؤسسة متخصصة في البحوث مجال السياسة الإسلامية.
And also the Securities Commission of Malaysia. In this respect, in Malaysia, for Sharia advisors, they must have the license from the Malaysian Securities of Malaysia. For example, our company, IU Sharia Advisory Services, we also have a license to provide Sharia advisory, as well as individuals, like one of our faculty member, Dr. Rosmi or Dr. Sanussi, they are all licensed Sharia advisors. So the institution that gives the license is this Securities Commission of Malaysia.
Security Commission هي هيئة متخصصة في تقديم الترخيص لأي مؤسسة تقوم بتنفيذ الخدمات الشرعية.
This is one of the banks where it is a subsidiary of a conventional bank, Public Islamic Bank. We also met the Islamic Banking Department. And this is with other guest speakers. This is actually one of the trainers for guest speakers. He is actually the first Chief Financial Officer of Bank Islam. Basically, he is the founding staff of our first Islamic bank in Malaysia. So that's how experienced individuals that are coming from this Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance. And we have many of this stature in having their expertise in various other expert areas. Mr. Mustafa Hamad also does consultancy. For example, in establishing Islamic banks in other countries, establishing investment companies, establishing takaful companies in other parts of the world where they don't have Islamic banking. He also involved in that. So it's not only on banking businesses, but also academic, research institutes, and various other initiatives that we can collaborate, inshallah.
السيد مصطفى حماد هو شخص متخصص في مجال السياسة الإسلامية، وهو من الناس المؤسسين قام بتأسيس مصرف الإسلام في ماليزيا سنة 83، كما أنه أكاديمي.
And last but not least, we also brought the bankers to meet this particular company. We now in Malaysia we have crowdfunding companies. Maybe it's new to you or you have heard about it. You know, nowadays we have the private equity companies who are involved in projects in Malaysia. They also involved in halal sector. So basically they provide an alternative to the banking in terms of providing capital for business. So these are the companies that are running their crowdfunding companies according to Sharia. So we bring them. So what I'm trying to say in short is that we don't only do classes in the classroom, but we also bring them out and meet the actual practitioners in the industry.
نحن لا نركز فقط على تقديم التدريب في غرف المحاضرات، بل نقوم بتوفير زيارات للبنوك ولقاء الناس المتخصصين في هذا المجال.
So I guess that's all from us. I'm Sharia Advisor. Thank you for your attention. Inshallah, if you'd like to communicate, I can always available. I can share with you my contact. By the way, I'm also I always keep in touch closely with Professor Dawood. If there is anything, please let us know, and we will be happy to cater to your needs, inshallah. With that, I welcome you again. Have a pleasant stay in Malaysia, and thank you very much for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
أشكركم على حسن الاستماع، وإذا في أي يمكن التواصل على هذا الإيميل. ويشكر البروفيسور داوود.
باختصار هذا مهتم بالتدريب والاستشارة الذي كنا كلمناه يعني في المحاضرة موضوع التدريب وبرامج التدريبية كذا بهذه موضوع التدريب الأسري. عرض البضاعة بس احنا ما نريد البضاعة، احنا نريد واحد نريد تأسيس البنك، اثنين نريد برامج التدريب والتدريب على البرامج التدريبية ثم نوقع اتفاقية على قضية القروض وكذا وكل الأشياء. فأنا أريد نجلس معاه والموضوع برامج سوري أنا خليني أتكلم معاهم. Thank you for your presentation, all of you. Now it boils down to specific requests we are looking for. Number one is we would like to have a joint venture in the area of master and PhD. So as we have agreed with the Kuliya of Education and the other Kuliya, we want to do like dual program or double degree in master and PhD in Islamic finance. And also maybe that will require some sort of, for the master, mapping of courses and so on and so forth. And we want to know the financial implication, because they want to do things. They want to move from theory into practice. That's number one. Number two, and I hope that Zainab should coordinate this. I don't know whether you will be able to do it or not, but since you are Libyan and you know Arabic, so they can communicate with you and you reach them. Second is, that maybe Bahauddin, is we are looking to establish a center supervised by IIUM, training consultancy program, and also the training of trainers, plus the courses which will be offered there, and we want to know the practical implication of this, financially, management-wise, quality-wise, and so on. Now, with regard to the sister, which has this council, they could be a member. That's not a problem. They could be a member of that council, and also they could be invited to attend their own conferences, seminars, symposiums, and so on. Also, if they are interested in writing textbook or whatever, they can work together about this, you know. So we want to move on to something practical. Okay? في حاجة ثانية تحب تقولها؟
عندك
تفضل.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. نشكر الأخوة على حسن العرض. يعني نحن بالنسبة للمناهج سواء في القسم الإسلامي اللي هو أعم من الصيغة الإسلامية وهي جزء بالنسبة للمناهج موجودة المناهج ببحوثها الحديثة من سواء عبر مراكز الأبحاث أو المؤتمرات الإسلامية العالمية. نحن متابعون، وبما أن برنامج البنوك في العالم هو برنامج متطور ويتحدث ويترتب علينا نحن أن نواكب هذا التحديث وتكييفه على ضوء الشريعة الإسلامية، لأن هذه العلوم الحديثة التي أصبحت تهيمن على العالم، ونحن يفترض علينا أن نواكبها لأنها تمس حياتنا المعيشية اليومية، وهم سبقون في هذه العلوم، ونحن أصبح واجب علينا أن نواكبها وأن نكيفها شرعيا. بالنسبة لهذا الأمر يحتاج إلى جهد كبير. الاقتصاد الإسلامي الآن فيه جهود كثيرة من العلماء، ولكن هذه الجهود ليست كافية حتى نستطيع أن نكون رائدين في الاقتصاد العالمي، أن العالم سبقونا ونحن نحذو خلفهم، ونحن نأمل أن نواكبهم ونأمل أن نوازيهم ونأمل أن نضيف قيمة معرفية وقيمة عملية بحيث نفيد الإنسانية، ونكون نحن كمسلمون مقنعون للعالم أن لدينا حضارة ولدينا إرث. هذا الإرث قادر على أن يكون رحمة للعالمين، ونحن نعرف أن كما تحدثت الأخوة عن الاقتصاد الإسلامي أو المحاسبة الإسلامية، هذا كل شيء حديث. يعني نحن كمصطلح كاقتصاد كمنهج كأسس، هذه أسس قامها الغرب وقامها يعني كعلم له مبادئ حديثة عملية. نحن لدينا باب المعاملات الإسلامية، باب البيوع، باب إلى غير ذلك، لكن كمنهج نحن ديننا كامل، ديننا إلى يوم الدين، ديننا رحمة وموجود فيه المبادئ والأسس التي لو توجد هناك عقلية إسلامية متطورة تواكبها وتقودها إلى الخير والنور، لأن مبادئنا تراعي الإنسانية ورسالتنا رسالة رحمة. فلا يكون في اقتصادنا استغلال، ولا يكون في اقتصادنا غش، ولا يكون في اقتصادنا ربا، ولا يكون في اقتصادنا أي شيء يضر بالإنسان. فهناك قيم أخلاقية موجودة في ديننا، هذه القيم تقود إلى الرحمة العالمية وتقود إلى العالم. الاقتصاد بمصطلح الآن العلماء في الاقتصاد الإسلامي يقومون بأبحاث جديدة وهو علم جديد. لذلك الأخت تحدثت أن لدينا شح في المراجع. نعم، يعني هناك شح في المراجع الاقتصاد الإسلامي بمفهومه كمنهج علمي حديث. لا زال هناك جهود للعلماء، ونود من حضراتكم كما متخصصين أو لديكم متخصصين وتقومون بأبحاث أن تفيدون العالم الإسلامي وتكون لكم قيمة إضافية، في هذه العلوم. عندما نقول نحن المحاسبة الإسلامية، المحاسبة علم قائم له مبادئه، يعني نحن دائما كمسلمين نؤسلم، أسلمت الإدارة وأسلمت، وهذه علوم هنا هذه علوم لها علماءها ولها أسسها ولها مبادئها، نحن نضيف عليها اللمسة الشرعية، يعني نأخذ هذه العلوم ونكيفها بحسب الأحكام الشرعية. فيعني نحن لدينا في الجامعة يعني كلية الاقتصاد الإسلامي يعني ما طرحتموه موجود لدينا كنظري، ونحن نواكب في الأبحاث، ولنا أساتذة يواكبون في الأبحاث الجديدة، ونستفيد من أبحاثكم ونطلع عليها ونتواصل معكم فيها ونشد على أيديكم. ولكن أكثر ما نحتاجه في التدريب كما ذكره الأخ، أنا آسف لأني لم أحفظ الأسماء، يعني بهاء الدين يعني اسم على مسمى. نعم أخ بهاء، أنت تطرقت إلى نقطة نحن نحتاجها كثيرا، وهو التطبيق العملي لهذه للأحكام الشرعية العملية كتطبيق واقعي، يعني في داخل المصارف الإسلامية وكزيارات ميدانية، لأن كعلم موجود لدينا علماء المسلمين بارك الله فيهم، ولا زال علم يتطور ولا زال نحتاج، ولكن نحن أكثر ما نحتاجه هو التدريب العملي والزيارات الميدانية. ونحن في هذا الإطار يعني حيكون أكثر شيء بالنسبة للتدريب، تدريب المتدربين حيكون في الإطار العملي أكثر من النظري، لأن النظري موجود يعني. ويعني بارك الله فيكم وأشكركم على حسن الاستماع، ونحن نأسف على الإطالة.
I'll just give you in one sentence what he said. He was focusing on the role of scholars like you to bridge the gap between what has been a cumulative knowledge in the West and the Muslim world. That's one thing. Second thing, our role also to contribute to add value to what the West has done so that we can serve humanity better. Third, focusing on Bahauddin and the practicality of finance and banking in action. That's what we are lacking. He said we've got a lot of books written about Islamic economics, Islamic banking and so on. But to put things into action, that is the difficult part, and we want to learn from your experience in this particular dimension. That's in brief what he said. Thank you very much. You want to, the rector wants to say something. We have to give him.
نعم. ليبيا اعتمدت قوانين بالتحول الكامل نحو الصيرفة الإسلامية في كل مصاريفها، لكن جمد القرار مؤقتا وربما حتى 2020 لاعتبارات لها علاقة يعني بالتوازن في مرحلة الانتقال. فنحن يعني باعتبار ذلك يعني نسعى إلى أن نستفيد من خبرة العالم كله، خبرتكم في هذا المجال للمساهمة في تكوين كوادر للتطبيق الكامل في الدولة الليبية بحسب قوانينها. وشكرا.
I think he has added a very important thing that he said in Libya they issued an act that all banks should be Islamic. But because there is not enough qualified people and the environment is not suitable to implement, they postponed it until 2020. So the right is good for us, he said, to prepare people for that stage. So the time has come now to learn from your experience to train our own people in order to be able to be ready to be ready by 2020 to implement this system. Thank you very much. Sorry, I think you have something outside? I think we have refreshment, is that right? في موقع هو شاي تفضل.